Hi everybody, welcome to class 2 of our Merville mittens. This is what you should have up to this point. You should have your 12 rounds of ribbing and your 7 rounds of stocking stitch where you were just knitting every row, knit, knit, knit in the round. And yeah, I'm back at my join here. I had said to place a marker in the pattern, you know, where your join is, but you know what, your tail can be your marker if you like. That sort of break between needle 1 and needle 3 right there is the beginning of our new round. Okay, so we're going to start now by shaping the thumb, and we are going to be doing some increasing. We're going to be using a method to increase called the Kfb method, which is knitting into the front and the back of a stitch, which is a really nice way to do an increase. And oh, you can see my hand knit socks here. I have to be cozy. I'm upstairs in my sitting room and it's not that warm up here. So excuse my hand knit socks. And yeah, so we're going to start on shaping the thumb. Okay, so at the beginning of this round, we are knitting 4. So this is needle 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches. And then, as you can see in the pattern, it says to increase 1 stitch in each of the next 2 stitches. And our increases are each going to be a KFB. So this is how we do that. So you knit into that first stitch, but before you complete it and slide it off your left needle, you're going to take your right needle and stick it through the back of that same stitch. And you're going to knit that, okay? So we've just made 2 stitches out of 1. We're going to do it again. Knit, but before you slide it off and complete it off your left needle, dip your right needle into the back of the stitch and knit that loop. So now we've got 2 extra stitches. So where we had 2, we now have 4. Okay, and then we're going to knit to the end of this round, just normally, back to the end of the round. And keep going, round and round. So we've now gained 2 stitches on this round. The nice thing about this mitten pattern too is that there's no left or right mitten. The left and the right are the same. So once you've learned how to make the mitten, you can make as many as you like. You don't have to worry about whether you're on a right or a left. Okay, so that has completed our first increase round. And if you see at the end of that row of script on your pattern, it says knit 1 round even, no increases. So we are going to go around one more time. We're going to do a full round with no increasing. So I will just quickly do this and then I will show you another increase round after this one. So that was needle 1, and if you have a look here, you can see the beginnings of our little thumb gusset here. There were 2 stitches that we made out of nothing. Okay, so there's our 1 round done of even knitting, no increases, and we're back to our join. So now we're going to do our next round of increasing. Same idea. We're going to knit 4, and we're going to increase 1 stitch in the next stitch. But now we are going to knit a couple stitches before we do our next increase. So we did our increase in the next stitch. We're now going to knit 2 and increase in the next stitch and knit to the end of our round. Okay, so I'm going to keep knitting here in a minute. So as you can see here, you can see we've got a nice little detail happening with our increases, and this is going to be the thumb gusset that's going to give a little bit of extra wriggle room at the base of the thumb. So as you can see on the pattern, this round that we're working on now was knit 4, increase 1 stitch in the next stitch, knit 2, increase 1 stitch in the next stitch, knit to the end of the round, and then again knit 1 round even. So we're going to be doing a round of increase, a round of just knitting, a round of increase, a round of just knitting. And before the next class, I'm going to get you to do, if you have a look right under where it says shape thumb, and it started with knit 4, that's your first decrease round followed by an even, and then below that it says next round followed by an even. So do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines of script there of your pattern, which is actually 10 rounds worth, because it's 5 increase rounds, 5 even rounds. So work 10 rounds from where it says shape thumb. Then on the next round it says knit 5, slip next 10 stitches onto a stitch holder, etc. We will do that together on the next class, okay? So just get the 10 rounds done from shape thumb up until that point where it says knit 5, slip next 10. But don't do that next round. Don't do the knit 5. End it with 10 rounds, okay? So yeah, do those 10 rounds. We'll be back in 2 days. I think we'll do these every 2 days, and then that should give you enough time in between. When we see you back next time, we will be ready to do that next round that says knit 5 and so on. But don't do that yet. We will do that as a group. Okay, so keep on trucking and just keep going in circles. Your mitten's coming along well, and we'll see you back here 2 nights from now, same time, same place. So we'll see you soon. Happy knitting.